Hey guys, Dumb Orange 927 here, back again for another video. Today I'm here to discuss something I never thought I would. Today I'm here to discuss a movement, actually. This is the Let's Change, HaloX, hashtag HaloX, that's what it's called. Let's make a change. And I've come into a conclusion of why Spar999's video touched me so much. It's because he's the type of YouTuber I've finally been wanting to see. Now let's talk about Spar999. He was a YouTuber. He was a passionate Halo fan, like everyone else, and unfortunately his YouTube channel kind of went down after community backlash on him, because he never thought he'd grow a fan base and all that, but through that fan base he also grew haters, people who turned against him, people who tried to say his videos suck, and to the point where they would say to him, delete all his videos, quit his YouTube channel, and all that. And for a time, we all thought he actually did that. He deleted most of his previous videos, and he left YouTube for a while. But as to say to us, he was watching everything from the distance and saw the community's downgrade. He's now making this move because he's not trying to say to us. At the end of the day, guys, you have to understand, whether you're a fan of the classic Halos or the fan of the newer ones, we both want the same thing. We both want to see this franchise thrive and to go to great heights. We want to see it climb to its full potential. The reason we disagree is because we debate upon what that full potential is. But why should we? What we have to understand is, he asked everyone who's making these videos, what are the 5 things I love about Halo? A difficult question to answer, I should say. And that's what I'm covering. The first thing I loved about Halo was right the minute I got to the menu. Right when I was first introduced to the soundtrack, to the presentation. The very first day that I picked up Halo, when I played Halo 3 over at my friend's house, even through split screen, it was never shooting the aliens, it was never any of that made me nostalgic. It was first stepping into the world of something that was fascinating, something that was beautiful. I saw Halo for the first time. I watched as I played as I battled in the jungles of Earth, in the cities of Earth, to all the way of the Ark. I saw all these things, and they were all beautiful. Even through the fires of ash and the devastation of war, they all had a beauty behind it. So the presentation was my first fun thing about Halo. The thing it wasn't, and that's one of the things Halo 5 has began to sort of fall on. It's not that Halo 5 looks like a bad game. The graphics are good, they are relevant to other shooters, but the reason I don't feel for the graphics is because they don't capture that sense of beauty. Not when you're playing on a gray place like Meridian Station. A presentation for a Halo game should be putting your shoes into a beautiful crafted world, places that you feel can almost appear in your dreams. And that's the first thing that I loved about the original Halos. Halo 1 through 3 captured that. They were beautiful looking games that had so many skyboxes, so much places that I enjoyed. Even Halo Reach and 4 could somewhat capture these. The next thing I loved about Halo was easily split screen. Split screen was, to me, where Halo truly thrived to me. Not only is it what introduced me to Halo, but it's how I introduced so many of my friends to it. So many of my friends began to love when I played Halo 3 and Reach with them, simply because we did split screen with each other. We did stuff together as an experience, both as a friendship and as a gaming. Both as a friendship and a gamers. We all thrived through that. We had so much fun as we were driving around the Warthogs on the Halo ring on Combat Evolved, or as well as this fighting the 2 Scarabs in Halo 3 on the Ark, or maybe even something more basic like driving across the highway on Halo 2. They were all memorable and fun, and that's where it leads me to my next point. Halo is full of memorability. Something where you could play through a campaign and never have the same experience twice, both in campaign and multiplayer. There were things, so much you could do, so many creative options that you had. It wasn't a linear game like Call of Duty. It wasn't a straightforward repetitive grind like Destiny. It was something unique. It was something where each experience always had something new to have, and it took years for it to finally stale out. And that is what made something big and enjoyable, something big that you could love. The next thing that Halo thrived for was the community. The community was great at the time. So many custom games, so much stuff to do, and it was all big, it was all thriving. Everyone had something to do, and everyone had a purpose behind the franchise that they were in. And last but not least, the number one thing that I loved about the Halo franchise is how it took a positive turn for many, many lives. Up until before this point, gaming was really difficult on consoles. It was very unpopular, and Halo introduced it. Halo is what allowed console shooters to become popular. Halo is what allowed so many friendships to thrive through Xbox Live. Halo is what united the community. And that is where we thrive together. The community needs to be united as one. Those are my top 5 reasons I love Halo. And overall, that is the key. It's the community. Not simply the game design. Not simply the way people argue. It's the community that is both Halo's greatest strength and now its biggest break. Halo needs more. Halo's community needs more. You see, we have constantly seen the downgrade upon both this franchise and the community that is within it. Halo was once a symbol of unity, a symbol of passion, a symbol of beauty. It was once a game where everyone could be united on. Finally, there was no more backlash to people. No more people saying, hey, you were stupid because of this, or just ridiculous because of that. Halo was a united community. Halo 1 through 3. It was a game that the haters were so few, and many people hated the game just because they never got the chance to fully experience it. Halo was this franchise that was composed by passion. A game that was composed of love and cherish. Bungie made the original Halo trilogy to make a franchise that everyone could love. Maybe not for the same reasons, but everyone had a chance to love it. Through different ways. Through custom games, Forge, playing with your friends, co-op on campaign, even just revisiting the things you have done through theater, making your own movies, doing different things that finally made Halo a complete experience over just a simple game. That's what made the original Halo so loved. It wasn't the excellent game design, it wasn't even the brilliant story. It wasn't any of that, though they played a part. Every part of it played a part. But the main key was the community. It was the community that signaled this franchise and said, hey, we love Halo. And through that love, we made Halo stronger. Halo 1 through 3 were games that were so great. Each one always got better. Halo 1 introduced the combat and the sandbox mechanics, such as recharging health behind cover and fun co-op experiences, both in campaign and multiplayer. Halo 2 revolutionized the gaming industry through the incorporation of online multiplayer. Yes, it existed in the past, but Halo 2 is what made console online popular. It's what made it relevant. And then finally, Halo 3, the game that many, including myself, considered the strongest in the series. Innovated through custom games options, Forge, Theater, Campaign 4-player co-op. All of these unified Halo, and it made it something spectacular, something beautiful, beyond any other shooter. And then Halo took its nosedive. Like, think of it. Why would Halo try to downgrade itself to COD or any of those when many at the time considered it inferior? That's how big Halo was. Halo was the most popular console franchise ever until Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And even then, Halo remained a close second. And that's because people couldn't abandon it. People couldn't deny the beauty that this franchise incorporated, the fun and joy that it had. Yes, COD was more simplistic, it was more accessible, and it was more addicting, but Halo was more beautiful, and it made it something that would forever live in the FPS. That is what this franchise is at stake on. It's because this franchise has now somewhat abandoned these principles, the things that made Halo great in the past. It's not because, oh, they incorporate a new movement system this time, or this or that. Every game is gonna have experiments, but you have to ensure that whatever you experiment on doesn't take away from what made the game special. And in my eyes, the game was special because of the content, because of the enjoyment that lied within. You could play a competitive shooter, or you could play a community one. You could play a building game, or a movie type game. You could have any kind of experience through Halo that you wanted. And yes, other shooters may have been stronger in certain aspects. Minecraft is better with building stuff. Battlefield's better with the big scale warfare. And, you know, even campaigns, you know, the storytelling can sometimes be argued that Mass Effect was a superior one. But overall, what made it special was any experience you wanted could be accessed within this game. Halo was a collection of experiences that lied between multiple continuities and multiple beliefs and passions, and it all unified. Everything came together, and Halo overall, when made by Bungie, always had these passions, even during Halo Reach. Yes, Reach was very much an inferior game to Halo 3, I will admit that, but it was still a game that was passionate, and you know, it was still passionate at what it was doing, and it still tried. It still tried hard to be a great game. And that's something you have to commend them for. It had the passion. It had the most content within the series. And it had so much upgrades going to Forge and Theater and, you know, so many other stuff. Heck, you could And the firefight in that mode was absolutely incredible. These are little things that defined Halo as a franchise. And that's what counted. It was the little things that made this franchise work for so many people. You know, it all just came together. But what Halo 5 and now the modern Halo, both the game's developers of 343 and the community failed to realize this. They don't understand why the franchise was so loved in the past. And that's why Spar999 and stands for this. And this is why I follow him. Because I'm not trying to argue Halo 5 is a bad game. If you enjoyed the game, all the power to you. I'm not going to stop you from enjoying it. But at the end of the day, it's still what makes Halo 5 so special compared to any other Halo game or just any other shooter in general. And if you can honestly give me a great answer for that, then I may just make a video stating that. But there's nothing there to argue with these points. Halo has become a franchise that has slowly declined over the years, and I don't think it's a coincidence of, oh, people left because Bungie's not doing it anymore. Who cares about the developer behind it? People are caring because Halo has made significant changes that have left negative impacts in both the franchise and the communities that stand for it. You know, it's not a coincidence that Halo 5 is struggling in the top 10 list. I have already checked, and according to where it is right now, it is number 9 up the list. It is a less popular game than Destiny on Xbox. Destiny. And that is really sad when you think about it. Because, you know, Halo used to have that. Like, any game that's going to represent the flagship of your console should, without any excuse, be at least in the top 3 of the most popular games. Top 3. I'm not saying it has to be number 1, but should at least be in the top 3. But it hasn't, and Halo has not even been able to outbeat games that have come out previous years. Destiny is already a year old, and it's having its sequel under development. There's no reason that Destiny should be outlasting Halo in a battle of attrition when Halo is the newer game right now. Like, Halo 5 is a newer game than Destiny, and Destiny is still more popular. Why? Even though Destiny is absolutely atrocious, it's because Destiny has, well, it's more popular, and that's because most friends are playing it, and that's the thing. We are failing miserably to capture people in a game like this. Halo used to be the top game and on the Xbox, and like I said, even when Modern Warfare 2 came out, Halo 3 was still close second. It was in second place, and at least it was in the top 3. That shows that the passion and creativity was being put in it, and it shows that everything goes well. Why do you think Xbox is losing? Microsoft. The reason, like to anyone, I bet half of the reason Xbox One is failing is because these good games such as Halo. 1, Halo came out too late, and 2, it's just not as great as it was anymore. Because in some ways, even though I enjoy my Xbox One now, in some ways, I think I would have had a better experience on the PS4. In some ways. I somewhat regret the decision I made with my purchase. And is it as far as I'm going to sell my Xbox One and get a PS4 instead? No. I'm going to keep what I have. But the low population on Halo, the different things are contributors of what has caused this franchise to downgrade in the long run. And not only that, but the community has finally hit its point where it's become something almost disturbing to see. Every time you see someone like Spawn I-99 just post a simple video of some criticisms, they're not even hating on the franchise. He is just criticizing. Same goes with Bane and Weapons Grade. Everyone gives them disgusting hate over it. They are constantly going like, quit your YouTube channel, delete all your videos, you suck. And I'm like, why? Why do they suck? Because they are simply trying to criticize a franchise. They are not criticizing it because they hate it. They criticize it for the same reason you love it. Because we all love this franchise and we all want what's best for it. That's what we want. Either way, aren't we all going to want the same thing? For Halo to be the dominant shooter, for it to be the best it can be? Well, how can it be the best it can be if we're not even voicing some of the problems with the game? If we're not even trying to state our points? Spawn I-99 has finally given inspiration because now we have a chance. We now have an opportunity to tell the community in 343, we want Halo back. And not Halo as in the franchise name. No, we want these reasons that all of us love Halo returning. We want to see Halo go back to its glory days, to the passion, the love, the beauty, the cherish, the harmony behind it. We want to see Halo thrive. And we can only see this if we are willing to voice to 343. Not out of spite, not out of hate, but out of love. Love to give them a chance to listen. Love of an opportunity to make Halo better. Because 343, yes, they have made mistakes. Yes, they have made very poor mistakes. Greedy mistakes. But at the end of the day, I would think, as a company, or at least a developer team, they want the same thing we do, to make Halo the best. And we can only do that if we are willing to work together. If we are willing to unite this community as one voice, stating we may disagree with each other about more nitpick things, but at the end, we want the same thing. We want to see Halo thrive. And we want to see it cherish as a great franchise. I stand before you, accused of the sin of ensuring Halo's ascendancy, of attempting to save it from this doomed fate. I want to see Halo thrive. I don't want to see it become something that I don't know. That's why I speak to you now. Halo 5 has finally shown us the true colors of the state of Halo. And unless if we are willing to allow this to continue, we must voice our cries now, while we still have the upper hand, while we can still have a voice within the future of Halo. Now is our chance to strike. Now is our chance for our final opportunity, our final solution to everything. It is our final chance to bring the franchise back to its original glory. It's our final chance to bring it to thrive once again. And we can only do this as a community if we allow ourselves to. I tell you now, follow this movement. Make your own videos stating your thoughts. Make your videos stating what you want out of Halo. Your top 5 reasons why you love the franchise. Your reasons for wanting it to become better. And tell me, what do you want 343 to do for the franchise, for its future? What do we need to do to make Halo grow and thrive? That is my question to you now. That is the question the community has lied. We together can succeed. And now is our chance. Now is our opportunity. And now we can succeed as one. Follow this movement. Give your cries and voices. Let us show 343 that we will not give in to the darkness. That we will make Halo the best it can be. And if they will not see that, then we will make them. Because only through that will the experiences and the memories of Halo 10 be with us. Hashtag Halo 10. Or HaloX, I should say. Let's make this franchise greater. That's all I have to say, guys. May our survival and our luck finally play. The gaming industry let me pick which franchise I would choose. I chose Halo. Like the others, it was grand, it was new, but Halo had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? It was our community, our voices. And through that, we can once again thrive. But only if we are that community. Only if we can take back the community that was lost. The original Halos had this thriving community. Let us have it again. Let us finally have a community that could allow Halo to be stronger than ever. Not just bring it back to the glory of the classic Halos, to be bigger and better. That's all I have to say, guys. Hashtag HaloX. Let's make change. This is Delma Orange 927, and I'll see you next time. Peace.